Okay, when I was a little boy, right, I used to go off fishing with Kevin Goff and Wesley Goff, and we used to go down fishing on the rocks. I always good fishing during the summer, especially. But Wesley got a new boat, and there was myself and Kevin, and there was Mick Neary. I think that was it.
And I think Ellen?
I'm not sure if Ellen was in the story, but do you want her to be in the story?
Well, I thought you said last time Ellen.
Oh yeah, Ellen, I forgot Ellen was in the story. And we all went out in this Wesley's new boat, and we had our fishing rods, and we had all our bait, and we had a few little packs of crisps and bars of chocolate, and then one or two drinks. And we went out from, it was Glasgow, I think we went out from. So it was a lovely sunny day. I went out anyway, all lads, we were fishing, and we caught loads of little small fish, then we got big fish, and we're having such good fun in the water. And time was just kind of going by. And you start to feel the evening coming in a bit, around 6, 7 o'clock, and we were saying, should we head back in now because we're getting tired. So Mick Neary was down the very back of the boat, and he tried to start the engine, and he pulled the string and it wouldn't start, and he pulled it again and it wouldn't start, and he pulled it again and didn't snap. Didn't the yoke wire just snap, and it just fell out of his hand into the water. And we said, oh Jesus. And we said, no, we're grand, we're okay, we'll just should we have the oars, we'll row back in. And we looked at Wesley, and Wesley said, lads, I didn't get any oars when I bought the boat. We said, there's no oars. Yeah, there's no oars, we should have an engine. I said, oh Jesus. So I said, should we probably have a few tools. So we opened up whatever we thought was the toolbox.
But I thought you were telling in the story there was you had oars for it, but then they broke.
No, I think we'd forgot the oars.
Oh, Helen forgot them. That's what you said.
Did I?
Yeah.
See, I can't remember the story completely now. So Ellen forgot to bring him. So we'd no oars. I said, what are we going to do? I said, I know we'd basically a few tools we'd be able to take off the top part of the engine and get the string and maybe tie a shoelace onto it. But you know what?
What?
There were no tools. There was no spanner, there was no vice grips, there was nothing. And we couldn't take the head off the engine to get in at the pulley. And we used coins and money and everything trying to... No way would it go in. We said, Jesus, this is a right pain. So we started to shout, and the shore, we had our phones with us and pulled them out. But you know what?
No signal.
No signal, yeah. I said, fuck this now, we said. So an hour or two passed, and there was boats off in the distance, and we were waving and shouting. But sure, they all thought we were just waving and shouting and saying hello, and didn't come near us. And we said, lads, it's getting a bit scary now. And the sea started to turn now a little bit as well. The tide was going out. And as you went further out, there was a lot of rocks out there. And the sea boat came a little bit jumpy and shaky. And we said, this is not good, lads. Not good at all. And they said, shall we have a little bit, we have a bit of food, we'll be grand. And when the tides turn back in again, it'll push us in. But we waited, and it started to get dark. And we said the tides will turn, and all of the tide was turning was all we could see was the full moon and the stars, and it was lovely and bright. But the tide turned all right, but we were gone too far out, and it made no difference in it. So we said, right, listen, take it in turns, lads. We'll try to get some sleep and keep an eye. So it's myself and Ellen stood up first, and let three lads go to sleep. We put our coats around us, got a real cow now in the middle of the night too. We're waiting anyway, waiting, and the boat was shaking, and come 2 o'clock in the morning, Kevin and Wesley get up and they do the shift, and then we fall asleep, and then McNeary gets up, we wake up, and the daylight was beginning to sneak back into the sky. We woke up and we thought we'd be able to see the land, but we couldn't. We were so far out we could see nothing. Couldn't see it. We said, where are we going at all? And all we could see was the sun rising over in the west. Over in the east. And I said, there's the east area over there, so that must be down towards. Jeez, we said, how is it? We need to go this way. Well, as the course of the day went, the boat kept moving, and it was getting choppy in certain parts of the sea.
You said there was a storm.
Oh, there was a storm came, yeah. By that evening, a big storm came. And by this stage now, we were really getting hungry. And all we'd do was a little bar of chocolate. We shared little bars as bits of chocolates. And we shared the packs of crisps we had. And we'd no drinking water. We couldn't drink the seawater because it was too salty. Oh, I said, oh no.
And fish might be weeing out.
Yeah. And we'd no way of even cooking the fish. So the fish we had were gone off. We had to throw them back in. And we noticed that the sky was getting real dark and the sea was getting choppy. And we'd only a couple of jumpers over us. So we all huddled down the boat. And we huddled down and held on for our lives like this. And the storm came that evening, lads, and it tossed and turned the boat. And all night long we were expecting to be thrown out and to be drowned. But the sunlight came the next day. The storm was gone, but yet we were still out in the middle of nowhere.
You said you were drifted off to Wales.
We did.
When you woke up.
And on the third night, the second day, we drifted and drifted and drifted. And in the distance we could see land. And we said, oh, we're home, brilliant. We could see lights in the distance. But then didn't it get dark and dark. And another big storm came. And this was violent. It rocked the boat, it banged us, and we were so weak and tired and hungry, you wouldn't believe it. And we sat through the night and we held on and we held on. We prayed to the Lord Jesus.
Seriously, you don't do mass?
I know I don't do mass.
Did you do it?
We all pray, no pray alright to someone. And the sun started to rise next morning, and we said, look lads, land. And we could see the land in the distance. And the boat was brought onto the shore. And up on top of the hill was all a shingly old rocky beach. So jeez, we don't know where we are now. We could be down South Wexford somewhere. And we saw this house up in the distance. And we ran up to it. And there's a fella up there going. He met us. He's going, hey, hello there. And we said, jeez, what's he saying? And they said, hello, how are you getting on? We don't use your phone. We're just there. We left. I started talking. Should we turn to ourselves? He's talking Welsh. We're in Wales. And then we said, are we in Wales? And he goes, oh yes, you are, boys. Where are you boys from? I said, we're from Wexford. Oh, what are you doing, boys, on an adventure? I said, no, we went off there fishing and the engine broke down. And I said, are we really in Wales? Oh, you are, yeah, you're near Aberystwyth. We said, oh, Jesus Christ. I said, that's a long way we've come. And I said, we need to phone everyone because we're being missing from home. And we've been gone for how many days you gone? And I said, 3 days. Oh, boys, you need some food. So I said, I'd get some food on for you. So he brought us up to the house. And I said, we need to phone everyone. So the first person we phoned was our mammies. And then mammy picked the phone. Oh, lads, I thought you were dead. The guards were looking for you. The Coast Guards are looking for you. They're all looking for you. Oh, lads, where are you? And we said, we're in Wales. Oh, no. In Wales, yeah. And we phoned everyone. We phoned the guards. They said, call the search off. We're okay. We're hungry, but we're a bit battered and our clothes are wet. So the man basically got us over wet clothes. And he washed and dried all our clothes. And we jumped into the shower in a bath and we were cleaned up. And we came down and he had the most gorgeous big spread of food for us. He had new spuds and he had sausages cooked for us with rashers and pudding. And he had loads of bread with butter on it. And he had cups of tea. Lads, and he had cake, sweet cake afterwards for some buns and scones, jam and butter and cream. And we ate him and thanked him so much.
That makes me hungry.
I know, it was gorgeous food. And then he said, I suppose you boys will be going home. And Mammy rang, the phone rang, and said, I want to talk to them lads. And said, you dare not get back into that boat to come home. Said you get that man now with his trailer and he put that boat on it and bring it down into Fishguard. So the man agreed anyway, and they brought us down. And I put the boat onto the big boat, the Irish ferries. was Stenline actually. And we caught the boat next boat back to Rosslare. And when we got into Rosslare, wasn't there big banners up with balloons and everything welcome us into Rosslare. Welcome home, lads. Well done. Love from... And everyone was there to grace it. And the fella from the paper was there. They all took photographs of us, and there was children throwing a bunch of flowers at us and giving us sweets. We're like celebrities. But we got off the boat in Rosslare, and then we got into it, and we actually rode all the way up. We borrowed some oars, and we rode all the way up from Rosslare, all the way back up to Glascarrig. And we got up to Glascarrig, up on top of the moat to Glascarrig, the flag flying, and they had a tent, and they had a circus kind of stuff organised first, and they had sweets. And we had such a big party, and they lighted a big bonfire as well, just to welcome us home. It was the best crack ever. And if you go to Pig's Bar in Ballyguard, there's a photograph of us there when we came home at the welcome party. And the oars that we picked up in Rosslare are in Pig's Bar, and part of the boat is in a museum in Enniscorthy. And the jumpers that we wore, they were saved, and they're in the museum in Enniscorthy. The whole 5 jumpers that we wore, all different designs. One was from Penny's and one was from Dunn's, and the other 2 I don't know where they were from. 3 I don't know where they were from. And the moral of the story is, don't forget your oars if you want to go out to catch fish, because your engine might let you down.
There wasn't 5, there was you, whatever he's called, and whatever he's called now, and that's 4.
Oh, there's 5 of us. There's me and Ellen, Wesley and Kevin, and Mick Neary.
Oh.
Was there 4 in the last story?
Yeah, and once you said it was only you.
These stories change, Nellie, over time. Right now.
Mm.
Hi, Eppie.